All right, according to CBS, Matt Patricia could be fired today if he loses to the Jaguars from Jacksonville. But first, let's talk about we have a game. There is no more positive NFL COVID tests at all. But hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. No more positive tests. So all the games is a go from Atlanta to the Vikings to the Colts and the Bengals because the Colts have some positive tests, but they come back false positive. Obviously, the Jaguars have some positive tests. I'm guessing all those came back negative, including a practice squad player. So it seemed like it was an isolated event. So it's good. We got a complete NFL slate. You got 12 or 13 1 o'clock games. And you got 2 4 o'clock games. You got Sunday night, the Rams and 49ers. Garoppolo, I believe, will start after getting beat down yesterday by Fitzmagic. Last week by Fitzmagic. Monday night, you got the Chiefs and the Bills, and then you have one more Monday night game. I can't remember exactly what it is. So Chiefs and Bills come on 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's good that we got all the games to be played on Sunday. Hopefully all these guys continue to stay healthy and stay away from the COVID, man. So always love to see the Lions play on Sunday. Been doing this for 20 plus years, more than 20 plus years to be exact, watching the Lions play on Sundays and Monday nights. Well, seldomly on Monday nights in my lifetime. But yeah, we got a game today. When I got the inactive and the active list, I'll let you guys know the Jaguars have a ton of inactive guys that may be inactive, and it may impact your fantasy. And my fantasy advice, if you missed it, we'll start as many of the Jaguar offensive players: Keelan Cole, DJ Shark if he plays, Tyler Eifert if he plays, Jerome James the running back, Gardner Minshew is my power play. Play all the Lions as well, too. To stay away from the defenses unless it's going to rain. Still stay away from the defenses. But if it rain, take nothing but the running game from this game. And particularly the Jags running game. But, well, the report come out that Matt Patricia is probably going to be, he fighting for a job today versus the Jaguars. And does that change my opinion about rooting for the Lions today? Yes, it does. I want the Lions to lose. If it's true that if Matt Patricia lose today, that he get fired, I'm rooting for the Jaguars like hell because it got the end. All right, let's see what his job on the line. Let's see exactly what he does. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if he get more aggressive or he one of those older guys that's stuck in their ways and won't blitz more and he going to just ride. He's just going to die. He going to ride or die. He going to ride and die, which is being a conservative coach. And for the guy that snarls and all yelling is supposed to be tough and, he got a very, very beta male defense. You know what I'm saying? And the only question at this point is who's going to be the interim coach. And at this point, I say make the special teams coach the interim coach. He the only one that side of the ball has been balling. And I don't think the lack of returns is his fault. Just think Agnew's just not that good of a returner no more. But more than likely, it's probably going to be Darrell Bevel. And it's nothing that he could do to turn this around. But in my favor of firing Matt Patricia, absolutely. It's just that it hasn't worked. And I anticipated it wouldn't work. I anticipated it wouldn't work, but I hope that it would work. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of seeing the Lions set back. This was a 9-7 football team. They went 6-10. They won 3, 12-1 last year, I think it was. And and then this year they 1-4, whatever it is. And they had leads in all the games. And I think with Sheila seeing, Dan Quinn and, it was somebody else that Bill O'Brien got fired. I don't think she wanted to let the Jets fire Adam Gase before Matt Patricia if Matt Patricia don't do the job. And if she fired him in the middle of the season and don't bring back Bob Quinn, I apologize. But she had to show me. She had to show me that she was different from her old man and her old lady. She had to show me. Right now, if she fired this clown after the day, before they get on the plane or after they get on the plane, I apologize to Sheila the real deal, Holyfield. But they don't have an insurmountable task today. This should be a shoe-in for the Lions. This should be a blowout. This should be a easy blowout. You got a team that got 30,000 injuries. You got a team that hasn't won, I think, maybe since Tennessee. What was it, Tennessee? They beat somebody. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Tennessee because Tennessee, the Colts. I think they might have got another win there. It's a team, you're on the road. There'll be a few fans there. But then again, if you see Jerome James run all over him and Gardner Minshew throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, you a defensive wizard. You can't stop Minshew. We're not getting no pressure. We scream every year, the D-line. We need more depth there because in custom, if you watch the Lions from the Jim Schwartz era on damn near back, we always had Robert Porcher, Luther Ellis, Sean Rogers. We always had Andre Llewellyn was pretty good back in the day as a backup, and Dominic Sue, Nick Fairley, Vanden Bosch, Cliff Averill, Ezekiel Ansah. We always had guys. Even we bought the guy from Tampa, George Johnson, here, and he had a career year and he got paid off that year. We always been known for having solid defensive lines, and Matt Patricia took that tradition and took it away with Bob Quinn. Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia both could walk today. They both should walk today because he brought him in. There's no need to keep Bob Quinn around. If he drafted well, he just made a mistake with Matt Patricia, cool. But he hasn't drafted well. His free agents haven't worked out lately. His Patriot way. And he wasn't even on his Patriot way before Matt Patricia got here. You got to remember that. He wasn't on his Patriot way before Matt Patricia got here. I'll say it again. He wasn't on this Patriot way before Matt Patricia got here. And now he let Matt Patricia mess his job up. It's like hiring one of your homeboys or homegirls and, they make your name bad at the job and get a bad reputation. They don't show up to work or they a lazy worker or whatever. And that's why a lot of people don't really, turn people on to jobs. And he got in trouble by hiring his best friend. His best friend wasn't qualified for the job. So you tell me out of all the coaches he interviewed for this job, this guy was the most qualified? I don't believe it. This guy is a product of Bill Belichick. And then you got the history of, Patriot coaches not working out. Romeo Crennel in Cleveland, Charlie Weiss in Kansas and Notre Dame at first. Bill O'Brien didn't work out. We knew that years ago. Josh McDaniels didn't work out in the Broncos. The only ones that's working out right now is Mike Vrabel and Brian Flores looking like, depending on if Tua do something, he might be starting something great. But he losing right now too. And also, I don't get the craze about keep hiring Patriot coaches. It just don't work. That culture doesn't work nowhere but there because the brain of the operation is Bill Belichick. You got to remember, Bill Belichick had to crawl and bump his head. That's the system that didn't work in Cleveland. He had to fall and bump his head. And everybody want to replicate that cheap system where we plug and play. Unless you plugging in Bill Belichick, it don't work. It don't work. So I know people are going to be rooting like crazy for the Lions to lose today. Because then it's kind of two benefits to losing. One benefit is you might get rid of Matt Patricia. The second benefit is the Jags and the Lions may be battling for an elite pick. We got 3 quarterbacks that seem to be pretty good right now. It's coming out. I don't know about nobody else. You got Trey Lance. A lot of people don't know much about him. Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. So if you get you got to get in the top 3 and get one of those. Okay. But who knows? There may be other quarterbacks coming out this year. People waiting on Joe Milton. You know what I'm saying? The Pac-12 got to start. So there may be other good quarterback play out there. They got a quarterback in Boston College is pretty good. So, who knows? Who knows? But one thing I do know for sure, Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia, if they are going to be fired, they better be fired at the same time. Okay? That's what I do know. The interim coach probably should be the special teams coach because he got the best side of the ball. But give us a Darrell Bevell. And at this point, do you trade Matthew Stafford? And you're like, where do we trade Stafford to? Well, you got Dallas. It's probably the number one, depending on Andy Dalton do Monday night. That's the other Monday night game. The Cardinals and the Cowboys, excuse me. It depends. You got there, Denver, if they don't believe in Drew Lock because he always getting injured. Indianapolis may be looking for a quarterback. Maybe you do a Phillip Rivers or Jacoby Brissett, and they give us a first round and second round pick for Matthew Stafford, so he don't have to travel far. The Jets, they just not in position to win much. But those are kind of be the teams I look at. If Baker didn't turn it on, that might be a team they might look at. Make Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns. But he turned it on. He looking pretty good with Kevin Stefanski Ed Stefanowski from the Pistons. I think it's his son. Derek Carr playing well, so the Raiders are really not looking for one. Cam is there, so New England's not looking for one. The Redskins might be looking for a veteran quarterback. So, but they really not. They really not in a position just to win. Yeah, I think they a couple more skill positions left. So I think that'll be running in the same place. So it ain't too many places. So you're probably looking at Denver. You're probably looking at Denver, Dallas. Probably as the two destinations that you probably can send them to. But you got to ask yourself: do you trade Matthew Stafford? Do you trade Matthew Stafford if you get rid of Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn? Do you trade them? That's the $1 million question. Do you trade them? Maybe New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in Drew Brees. Maybe in the offseason you can get them and Drew Brees walk away and they don't believe in Taysom Hill. I don't really think they believe in him. So, I also think the coach is a good player. I think they're a quarterback away. I think Phillip Rivers been playing not too good. So why not take Brissett, give us a first or second round draft pick, and take Stafford and just trade him right down the road. It's not too far. So, and I think they're in position with that defense and that run game with Jonathan Taylor. With Stafford throwing the ball there, if he can work with T.Y. Hilton and they get Paris Campbell back, I think it could work there. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also reach out anytime you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video question on any of your social media links in the description. Want to make a donation? Best way to do is share the video, hit that subscribe button, bell icon button if you haven't. My cash app is CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love, support everybody showing. Don't forget, check out my other channel, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. Please appreciate all the blessings everybody giving the channel. Keep sharing it. I'm going to keep putting it down. We're going to come back with the active and inactive list when those become available. We gone.